What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in to another video. It is a beautiful day. We actually just got home from church, and before we get into this video, I want to know what you guys are doing for church. Are you guys open? Are you guys going online? A little bit of both. Currently we are open. We go to Lifeway church here in our community. We are open, no restrictions. When we were shut down, they created an awesome online platform using YouTube and other platforms. Please leave a comment down below and let us know what you're doing. If you guys are open, closed.
Yeah, here all churches are, like, there's some that are open. Ours is totally open. There are some that totally aren't open, and then some where you have, certain things to do before you can get in the church. So it's different. There's the whole gamut here too.
Yeah, so let us know what you're doing. And if you guys are interested in checking our church out, there'll be a link at the end of this video. And for those of you that don't go to church that are interested in hearing about the Lord, feel free to check that out as well.
So we thought we'd come out here and kind of give you a chicken update, what's happening on the farm. This has been a bad week to be a chicken here on Freedom Family Farm. We already told you about the 125 birds that vanished, and you can watch that video.
Check that out. I'll leave a description right there.
Okay.
And today was another bad day. Well, another bad morning, that's for sure.
It's just bizarre.
Yeah, I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, the first thing you could be is angry, but at the end of the day, it doesn't change the fact that we're missing birds. And this time is a predator. It's absolutely a predator because a four-legged predator, because there is tons of sign, very obvious, and we're walking out here and show you guys what's up.
So this is where the damage was done this morning. Jeremy came out to do the chores and found another lifeless tractor.
Well, when I started walking up, I noticed this hole. So in my head, I knew there was a predator that got in here, because this is a big hole. And I figured, okay, a predator got in, there's gonna be some dead birds. However,
they were all dead. Yeah,
every single one were flipped over on its back. They all had dirt on them and
bite marks. They all had bite marks.
Bite marks, feathers everywhere inside. And if you come over here, it started to dig out, and there's a huge hole in the fence. So that means it got its way in.
And then it came out a different way.
Couldn't figure its way out. Yeah, and busted. I mean, look at this. Completely shredded this apart. I mean, I don't even see hair. Oh, right here. There's some hair right there.
Is that a fox or a raccoon?
Oh my goodness.
We need to have it tested.
That's cool.
There's some.
I would keep it there for now. I don't want to get a bag.
We need Bobby. Bobby, is this a fox or a raccoon? But you can see how different it is when it's a predator versus a human.
First destroyed the tractor. I mean, this beam right here, completely destroyed. You got this.
I mean, you can imagine the chickens were going crazy.
Yeah, you got this hunk of feathers, hunk of skin.
Ugh. And these are the birds that we were going to butcher on Friday. So today is Sunday here. We would have butchered these birds in 5 days. Yeah. And that's what's really sad about it, is that we were so close. And they were big.
They're ready. I mean, over here we got some more, which we need to take care of, because this predator's coming back for sure.
Is this blood?
Yeah, that's blood right there.
So you think, like, he must have come out this way at least once, right? Or a chicken could have gotten out here, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Blood out here. Was there any outside?
There's no birds. There's no birds outside. But yeah, there's blood there. So you gotta know. You gotta think it got out, came back in. I mean, must have been noisy for sure. I mean, like this is all tin.
But again, we gotta fire the guard goose, because that guard goose is doing
useless.
No good.
Absolutely useless. So these birds are ready to go, ready to be butchered this coming week, and that's a huge disappointment. I mean, these are ready for the freezer, ready for people in the community, and we lost 25. There's 25 birds in that tractor right there.
Yeah, and then the other thing about it is we can't figure out what we would do differently to prevent that from happening. I mean, we set more traps. maybe that'll help. But between now and Friday, these guys are at total risk. And
the ones down there.
The ones down there too. So now it's just sort of hoping and praying that nothing happens to these, or else we're going to be in the same boat. And aside from sitting out here and staking it out all night long, I don't know if there's anything you could do. I don't know. Could we borrow a donkey or something, since our guard goose stinks?
Well, the issue would be our fencing, but.
Or I mean, we talked about maybe putting a dog out here, but I don't even know. The dogs wouldn't be trained. They both eat chicken.
In the past, both dogs have eaten the chickens when we free ranged them. Especially Charlie, when we first got him, he had a hard time adjusting to farm life, and got a few chickens. So he still chases them. So
yeah, and I mean, this is a different story, but Charlie actually started out as a foster dog, and we have an agreement that he can't sleep outside. So we don't want him to sleep outside anyway. But it was just a thought. We just don't know. We just don't know what to do to make sure that these guys make it to butcher.
Yeah, lost for words. That's for sure. And and the sad thing is so our compost pile is maxed out right now, and in order to
where'd you put them?
So in order to make sure we don't get any like vultures or maybe any other predators, I had to bury them. I had to bury 25 full-grown chickens
in the pig paddocks.
I had to. Like, there was nowhere.
Would you just dig like a 6-foot hole?
It wasn't 6 foot, but it was deep enough where they're gonna be away. So no, I'll take you out there. It's big.
So one thing we were talking about is we do this kind of farming because we want to treat our animals humanely. We want to raise them on the pasture. We want them to see sunlight.
Fresh grass, bugs.
It's healthier. It's healthier for us. It's healthier for the chickens. But you can kind of see, I mean, you've all seen those pictures of the chickens and the chicken houses kind of crammed in there. They don't ever see the light of day, which is bad. We don't agree with that either. But you can at least kind of like see and have a little bit more understanding, a little less judgment as to kind of like how things ended up that way.
Yeah.
Because this is, I mean, we
just lost half of our pastured flock.
Yeah,
and in one night, in 4 days. In 4 days.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy.
Thankfully, we have other means of income. But what if you didn't? And what if you are a farmer back in the day and this is all you had, or this was your food that was going to feed you through the year? This would be devastating. I mean, this is a bummer, but it's not the end of the world. But you can kind of see like at least the progression of why things ended up the way that they did, and it gives us a little bit more compassion and a little less judgment, I think, on big chicken houses. So where do we go from here? What do we do now? That's the question, and I don't know if we really have an answer.
There's actually some meat over there. I missed that.
I didn't see that.
I missed that today.
So maybe that was what that blood was.
Yeah.
The chicken leg.
Chicken leg got pulled out and the bees are on it. Right there.
Look at how meaty that chicken leg is.
Gosh. I mean, what do we do? More feathers up there. Look, it carried off.
Oh yeah, it did. You can see it went up that way.
We're gonna have to go in the woods, find this den. I'm sure there's a den.
So we don't have any traps big enough for this size of predator, right?
I'm thinking it's got to be a fox. It's got to be
have any traps
got to be a fox, or fox or raccoon. I mean, the fur does look like a little reddish. So.
Is it legal to trap right now? Those things.
Predator.
If it's a predator. So any kind of predator on our land.
We gotta like sort of set up traps, like we did with the brooder, like in the brooder, on the brooder.
So maybe we can't do it tonight because we don't have the traps, but maybe we could get a hold of some traps and set them around to make sure they're all set at nighttime. We can't surround the tractor, obviously, but maybe that would at least.
I mean,
we could catch something, maybe.
There could be a chance we do not butcher this weekend because tomorrow, that tractor, or in a couple days, there could be a chance that we lose every single chicken on this property within a week. If that, whatever it did, took out 25 birds, whole birds in one night.
I mean, the only other thing we could do is like surround. So we have so right now on the property, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chicken tractors. I guess 4, because one of them, they all died. So we have 4. So 1 that will be butchered next week, or this coming weekend. 3 that will be butchered in a couple weeks after that. So we have 4 of them. They get moved twice a day. This would be a total pain. But the only thing that we could do is surround those with poultry net and put an electric solar panel on it and just move that.
Well,
that would take so long to do twice a day.
We could take the netting down around the garden. Right now we have 4 birds free ranging. I can't keep them in the net right now. So we have 4 birds free ranging. So it wouldn't be total waste of the garden.
Yeah. It would just be a matter of, so we'd still have them in their tractors, but we'd have to surround the tractors with a poultry net and then put an electric fence on it. I mean, put an electric panel on it, a solar panel on it, and
so it's going to be a lot more work, but we got to do something. We have to do something. We could potentially have no chickens by the end of the week.
But we should still set up traps.
We've already lost half of the birds in 4 days.
We still need to catch this stinker.
So we know all of this is a part of farming, and this is why I've said before, and I'll say it again and again, but farming is probably the one occupation you absolutely need true faith. I mean, we just lost half our birds in a week. We could plant seeds in the ground and nothing sprout. And everything that we do is off of faith alone. And I mean,
yeah, you can do everything that you can. And
we've done everything right.
Things like this will still happen, and you know what? That's all right. We just keep going and keep moving forward, and it'll all work out in the end. So I definitely think that we've learned a lot on this journey of farming, and not just about farming, but things that we can apply to our life in all areas. Is that things don't always go according to plan, right? Yeah. I mean, you can plan and do your hardest and set up everything so you've just got it all lined up and it should just go super smoothly. And things like this happen, and things like this are going to happen no matter what you do for a living or what your life looks like. And so I think we both have learned through these tragedies that if our initial response is like
anger,
oh my gosh, what are we gonna do?
Poor
then
me.
All that does is set us back farther, and that doesn't help. You're right, like you said, it doesn't bring the birds back or whatever happened. It doesn't make it go back in time. So to just be at a place to say, wow, like when you sent me that text message this morning, like all the birds are dead. I wasn't even surprised. Like, okay, well, what's next? That's kind of like where we're at right now. And I think that part is really, that's been like probably one of the coolest takeaways that we've learned from being farmers, don't you think?
Yeah. I would agree to that. When you boil it down to I agree with 100% what you just said. We can't control everything. There's an ultimate plan, and we just need to, hear God and go forward. Well guys, we really appreciate you tuning in to this video. We really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your life to watch ours. If you guys are new to the channel and this is your first video, please go back, watch our other videos. We have an awesome farm, and we really love bringing you guys along on the journey. If you guys haven't, hit that subscribe button. If you guys like what you see, give us a thumbs up, and don't be afraid to leave any comments, any questions, any prayer requests, any things you want to see on the farm. We really want to take you guys along.
And we just want to encourage you guys, if you are experiencing bumps in the road this week or in your life in general, just keep your eyes upward and ask God what's next, and try not to let this just burden you down and sink you where you are, because that's not where the reward is. That's not where the glory is. So we just want to leave you with that encouragement, and I hope you all have a blessed week.